Hello everyone, my name is Brayden, this is Airless Quill 9, and in today's video, we are going to talk about Bone Devils. These are devils of dread and obedience that are found in the Nine Hells. Where other would you encounter them? The treasures that they like to hoard are implements. These are a table that you can roll on in the 2024 Dungeon Master's Guide. And this is what the 2024 Monster Manual has to say about Bone Devils. Bone Devils are gaunt, nightmarish fiends with pallid skin stretched tight over frames that combine human and insectile features, also known as ocelots. These fiends command weaker devils and other beings aligned with infernal legions. Bone Devils ensure that the commands of hellish sovereigns are exacted efficiently, and that non-devils fulfill their commitments to the Nine Hells. They slay those who renege on infernal deals, sending treacherous mortal souls to face unspeakable punishments. When not serving their diabolical masters, Bone Devils tempt self-obsessed mortals with promises of other creatures' adulation and obedience. These devils prop up petty tyrants, helping them grow increasingly calloused and amoral. Bone Devils travel across the multiverse to fulfill diabolical orders. If left with no other choices, they might conscript mortals to aid them in their vicious goals. The 2024 Monster Manual gives us a table to roll on called the Bone Devil Objectives Table. This allows us to inspire a Bone Devil's goals. This is a 1d4 table, and the options on this table say that the Bone Devil seeks to capture a soul that escaped the Nine Hells, convey a message, or make an example of someone in the name of an archdevil, find someone who broke a deal with a devil, or slay someone or steal something as part of its pact with a wicked magic user. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the stat block for the Bone Devil. The Bone Devil is a large fiend, a devil, and has a lawful evil alignment, as all devils do. It has an armor class of 16, an initiative of +7, hit points of 161, a speed of 40 feet, and a fly speed of 40 feet. It has a ability scores, strength 18, dexterity 16, constitution 18, intelligence 13, wisdom 14, and charisma 16. It is proficient in strength, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. For its skills, it has a deception of +7 and an insight of +6. It is resistant to cold damage. It is immune to fire and poison damage, as well as the poison condition. For senses, it has dark vision of 120 feet and is unimpeded by magical darkness. And it also has a passive perception of 12. Its languages, it speaks Infernal, and it has telepathy of 120 feet. And the Bone Devil is a challenge rating 9 creature, granting 5,000 experience points on a kill, and it has a proficiency bonus of +4. For its traits, the Bone Devil has Diabolical Restoration. This says that if the devil dies outside the Nine Hells, its body dissolves in sulfurous smoke, and it gains a new body, instantly reviving with all of its hit points somewhere in the Nine Hells. The Bone Devil also has the Magic Resistance trait, giving it advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. For its actions, the devil makes 2 claw attacks and 1 infernal sting attack. This claw attack is a +8 to hit, reach of 10 feet, and deals 2d8 +4 slashing damage. And Infernal Sting is a +8 to hit with a reach of 10 feet. This is a melee attack, as well as the claw. On a hit, it deals 2d10 +4 piercing damage, plus 4d8 poison damage, and the target has the poison condition until the start of the devil's next turn. While poisoned, however, the target can't regain hit points. So let's talk about all the changes to the Bone Devil stat block from its 2014 counterpart. I have listed all of them here on the screen for everyone. So the main changes here are that the old Bone Devil did not have proficiency in initiative, so it only had a +3 initiative score, not a +7, not like this new version has. Its armor class has been reduced from 19 to 16, but its hit points have increased by giving it 2 additional hit dice. Not sure how different that might be, but on my experience, hit points just let the monster last a little bit longer, so it doesn't matter if the target can hit them or not. The new Bone Devil has also gained proficiency in strength saving throws. It did not have that previously. This line here, unimpeded by magical darkness, this used to be part of the Devil's Sight trait that has been taken out of the stat block and has instead been placed here after the Dark Vision sense. This is really just a little bit easier for you to remember since it's right there next to the sense. So I like that they've changed that and put it next to the actual Dark Vision sense now. The Bone Devil has also lost resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks that aren't silvered. Pretty much every creature in the Monster Manual has lost this particular resistance, so don't expect to ever see this in the new Monster Manual. Diabolical Restoration is a new trait that wasn't in the previous Monster Manual, but it was something that was assumed from the descriptive text around devils. This was just supposed to be something that did happen when they're slayed outside the 9 hells, but a lot of dungeon masters just either didn't know this or neglected to remember it, so they've added that particular trait into the stat block itself so that you now remember that that is a feature of this particular fiend. Finally, the actual attack options have changed significantly here. Claw has had its damage increased. They've gained an additional D8 die, so that's pretty nice to see here. Sting has been renamed to Infernal Sting in 2024. The damage has been increased quite significantly, honestly. Well, not quite significantly, but it has seen a average damage increase, mostly because that piercing damage, the dice have increased from D8s to D10s, and then the poison damage used to be 5d6, but has now been changed to 4d8, which is a slightly higher average, although it is less dice being rolled. Also, the poison condition is now something that is automatically applied. This used to be a con save for, or the creature gained the poison condition for a full minute, and they could remake the save at the end of each of their turns. This is now just something that applies and lasts until the start of the devil's next turn. But the addition of the target not being able to regain hit points, that's something entirely new here, so that's pretty neat to see. I think overall, this version of the Bone Devil is honestly a little bit meaner. I think just based on its increased damage potential, that makes it a little bit more of a threat than it previously was. Because, yeah, honestly, its damage potential has increased slightly, albeit not too crazy. I think it's roughly in a average increase of 13, it looks like a damage average increase of 13, but that is quite significant. So yeah, they are hitting quite harder than their previous versions, and they do have a little bit more hit points than the old version, albeit with a slightly decreased armor class. But yeah, I think overall the Bone Devil has seen some major improvements here. But yeah, that's going to be it for Bone Devils. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like the video or subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. We're going through every monster in the monster manual, so keep an eye out for those videos every weekday. Next up is going to be Bone Naga, so keep an eye out for that video here in the next day. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later.